Hello and welcome, everybody. This is The Art of Mastering Health. My name is Jennifer Owen. I am a certified fitness trainer, Pilates instructor, and nutrition coach. And I'm also an international marketing director with the Juice Plus company. I have been with this company for 24 years this month. And the One Simple Change talk is one of my favorites. And it really is because as a personal trainer, I've always believed that health is a journey, not a destination. And as a female trainer who has raised two female, well, daughters, obviously, and I just really love that it's not about dieting or restrictive eating or rigid workout programs. It's really about a lifestyle. So I'm going to dive into this. My goal is to keep this around 20 minutes for you to be enlightened. And what I want to encourage you to do is connect back with the person who shared this video with you and have a conversation about what one simple change can do for you. So my very first company name was Personal Training for Healthy Living. And I share that because that was like over 25 years ago. So all those years ago, I've always believed in this lifestyle, family-friendly way of living. And again, One Simple Change, Juice Plus, it all dovetails into this beautiful journey of getting healthier together. So I want to talk to you about a lot of things tonight. One of them is beyond macros. As a personal trainer, a lot of times, the thing that people would ask is, how much protein or fat should I eat? And it's really so much more, because when you look at this page up here with the apple and all those words, which by the way are nutrients, this is one of 12 pages of what's in a single apple. So there's over 10,000 nutrients that we know of to date. And what that means is that the body works synergistically to give us health. So all the things that we eat in a day, they're a team, right? Whereas when you look at the bottom picture here, this is a multivitamin. Usually they have about 32 fragmented nutrients that are isolated and oftentimes synthetic. So the body's like, I don't really know what to do. And I know we just had the Super Bowl, and guess what? You can't send your quarterback out onto the field and expect that he's going to achieve the touchdown. The quarterback needs their team. And I feel like that's what Juice Plus is. Juice Plus is the quarterback with his or her team out on the field, and vitamins are the quarterback trying to do it all. It's not going to happen. Actually, I feel like oh my gosh, Mahone was the vitamin this past Super Bowl, because he was trying to do everything on his own. And for whatever reason, he just felt like he couldn't trust his team. I'm not a footballer, but that's what I saw. And I was like, oh my gosh. So help your body by giving it food. More food matters. More whole food makes a difference. So again, when you look at a single apple having 5 milligrams of vitamin C, okay? That's all it has. Whereas like a multivitamin has about 1,500 milligrams of vitamin C. Well, the vitamin C in that apple is way more effective because of the other 10,000 nutrients that it gets to play with and work with to maximize the impact of the vitamin C. I hope that makes sense. But you know what, when you get that concept, then you can actually really understand and appreciate the essence of Juice Plus. So are you surviving or thriving? And I'm so sad to share that, I see a lot of people these days just really getting through their days, and it's YOLO, you got one life. So like, hopefully, you're excited about it and you're feeling good in your body and you're feeling, as healthy as you possibly can be, and that it is a journey to getting better. So like I said earlier, health it's not a destination. We're always, because life is always changing, right? I'm a mom. So when I started eating Juice Plus, I wasn't a mom. I was a busy personal trainer in Toronto. And then I became a mom. So I got pregnant, and then the nursing years, and then the toddler years, and then the teen years. And now I'm an empty nester. And, I'm going through postmenopause myself right now. And so these chapters of our lives require different needs from our diet. Right? And when I say diet, I mean the things that you're eating every day. I'm not talking about restrictive eating here. And so, if we're not properly nourishing our bodies, then, you might find yourself actually surviving many days. So let's talk a little bit more. So here's a great image for you. Where are you at? So I shared with you, that I've been eating Juice Plus for over 24 years, and both my daughters are Juice Plus babies. But maybe you are an expected mom, or maybe you're a mom who's wearing your baby. I was a baby wearer. My youngest, I used to call her my hip baby because she just never left my body. I'm swearing, she for sure thought we were one person for many, many years. But maybe you're an adventurer. My sister climbed Mount Everest. Maybe those are things that you like to do. Maybe you like to spend time doing things with your children versus standing on the sideline cheering them on, which is is really great, but you know what? It's nice to do things with our children because, for all the things we buy them, what matters most to them is the things that they can remember and what they hold. Because remember, things that we do actually carry emotion and memory. And so maybe you're a grandparent who likes to, again, be able to do things with your grandchildren. Maybe you're an active senior. So, going for, well, so many seniors are so wise today. It's so great to see them playing pickleball and, walking sticks. If you've never used them, they're awesome. Maybe you're like my daughters right now who are literally neck deep in study. So they're both in university and, it's stressful. It's stressful because, they're learning how to adult and life's kind of rough. It's like throw your helmet on and get her done, right? Or maybe you're an elite athlete and you've got goals for yourself. So wherever you are, I want you to think about what is your daily performance like. What does that look like for you? Because at the end of the day, it should be about showing up, feeling your best self. So, we have healthy habits and we have not so healthy habits. And over time, these have a cumulative effect. So when we look at the purple line, these are the dots I like to encourage people. Like even though yellow is my favorite color, but let's really work on following the purple line because the habits that we choose to incorporate every day, to practice every day or not, right? So to exercise or not to exercise, they're going to contribute to our health and longevity and quality of life. Or I see a lot of people following the yellow line. And here's kind of the concern is that we don't realize it when it's happening. We forget that, time passes and that, these habits that we're choosing every day, there's a compound effect to it, good or bad, right? So hopefully you're following more on the purple dots than you are on the yellow. So I get to talk with you tonight about plant armor. And I truly believe this is like a jacket you're putting on and it helps to protect you and set you up to go out into the world and be protected by what it's going to throw at you. So whether it's living longer, better, less disease, less systemic inflammation, balanced immune system, healthy microbiome, bone health, protective proteins, mental health, better athletic performance and recovery, better for the economy and better for our world. Listen, when you are healthy, you show up as a better parent, a better partner, a better spouse, right? And so research shows that the best brain foods are the same ones that protect your heart and blood vessels. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. And I hope you're excited about this because this is really how simple it can be. So here, oxidative stress is the root of just about every illness and disease. And, this is just one of the things I'm pulling out here because I don't want to go into all of them because it'd be way too long. But, there's a known association between diet and systemic inflammation. Thus, we recommend that clinicians discuss plant-based whole food diets with patients, particularly those that suffer from chronic inflammation diseases, as an adjunct treatment for these conditions, meaning that whole food plant foods really have a positive impact on helping to reduce the inflammation within our bodies. And if you can do that, you're really, that's slowing the aging process down. And that's also practicing prevention, disease prevention. Okay. So when we look at how stress affects the body, we're talking the brain, the cardiovascular system, your joints and muscles, like people think, oh, my knees are sore. That's probably inflammation. You've got pain in your back, inflammation, headaches, inflammation, your skin's reacting, inflammation. So gut health, oh my gosh, bloatedness and all that, inflammation. So this is why I love to just help people do things that are going to help to reduce that inflammation. Because if you could reduce that inflammation, then the body can actually work on healing and becoming better and healthier. So 9 ways to help you live longer. The Blue Zones documentary is great. I highly recommend it to everybody. But these are the things it talks about. Moving naturally, having purpose, putting family first, downshifting daily. So think about meditating, eating 80% full, which is really challenging in our world today because wherever we go, you could biggie size everything up, which is not the solution, right? And then, of course, the tried and true plant slant. Always just make sure you're getting more plants on your plate every single day at every meal. Here's the challenge. Real life challenges: time, cost, taste, quality, and availability. And you know what? These are actually going to get more challenging with the times that we have approaching us right now in our interesting world, a fascinating world, I like to call it. And, there are real reasons. So all jokes aside, a lot of us do struggle with making sure we're getting enough fruits and vegetables in our body because it does require extra time. You have to wash and cut and prepare and then eat it, right? And not everybody has the extra time to do that. Cost, whatever, you know what, that's a real problem right now. Food insecurity is way too common in our world today, and I feel like that's just devastating because we live in such a great country and we shouldn't have this problem, but alas, we do. Taste, not everybody loves papaya, you know. Quality, that's a struggle. We live in Canada, so it is difficult for us to get, decent tasting foods, fresh foods during the winter months. And then, of course, availability. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the truth about our food, because you know what? It probably has some kind of jet lag. And I say that jokingly, but it's true. You know, when you look at the average fruits and vegetables that are, that we purchase, they travel on average 1,500 miles just to get to your plate. So think about apples, 1,500 plus, asparagus, 1,600 plus. Did you know this? And maybe you never even thought about it, right? So when you are purchasing, and I know a lot more people are looking at their food source these days, which is great. But why this matters, and it's not just about the food mileage, it's actually the challenge that it's lost nutrients along the way. So, when people say, well, my grandparents ate it, so it's good or whatever, our produce actually does not have the same nutrient content or density that was grown back in my grandmother's days, right? And so we have problems with not tilling, but our land, right? Over land use. And we do a great tower garden presentation, which is Wednesday nights at 7:30. So if that interests you, you should plug into that. But basically, we've done so much harm to our soil that even under the best conditions, we're still struggling with making sure that it's high quality, density nutrition in that food. So again, more does matter. And we have this, I want to tell you about this. This is our Healthy Starts for Families program. Now, I told you my girls are both Juice Plus babies, and I'm going to dive into Juice Plus in a minute here, but I want you to know about this because, look, nobody wants to go toe to toe with their toddler over eating broccoli, because I'm going to tell you right now, they will always win. And the reason is because they're told when to go to bed, when to go to grandma's, when to go to school, when to get dressed. And so the one thing that they can actually control is what they want to eat. Because, have you tried to feed a baby when they're just going to purse their lips so tight, you can't get anything in there, even if you're playing airplane. So why I love the Juice Plus Healthy Starts is because with an adult order of Juice Plus, the child gets free chewables. And just so you know, if you're an adult and you're like, I don't really like capsules, you can get the chews. So here's the deal. 60% fewer missed days of school, 66% visited the doctor less, 56% took fewer over-the-counter prescribed medication, which is amazing. Save it for when you need it, right? 71% consumed less fast food and soft drinks, 71% drank more water. That's awesome. 61% ate more fruits and vegetables, and 96% reported an increased awareness of their own health. And again, having two university Juice Plus babies, they live on their own. So we're not over their shoulders saying, hey, you should go to bed, you should get your sleep, you should do this. Like, they got to make their own decisions. So along this Juice Plus journey that we've been on for 24 years, I love that I've been able to just gently drip these healthy habits on my daughters so that they understand the value of eating well. Because when we eat well, we feel well. When we feel well, life is easier. Let's face it, right? Because when we're sick, everything is hard. And so I love these chews because it really was the tool that helped my husband and I to teach our daughters to want to make those healthier choices. Because again, they went to school and, this one brought the cheese whiz or whatever you want to call it. Again, no judgment on those foods. It's just, I didn't want our girls eating that, often, because I just know that it's not healthy. I'd rather they eat the good stuff first. That was kind of always our rule. Anyways, these chews are 100% vegan, gluten-free, certified non-GMO. There's no artificial flavors or colors in there. They're delicious. Can I tell you how delicious they are? They're a snack in our house, and we don't just have two, it's usually a handful. So, and kids get them for free, including university children. So yes, my daughters still qualify to get free Juice Plus chews, and they're 18 and 21 years old. I love it. Okay. We have an amazing community. And so again, connect with the person who invited you and ask them about this, because we love to host salad in a jar parties, Nourish Bowl parties. whatever we do, and give us a reason, right? Protein ball making parties, because we really want to help you learn to make these healthier foods. We want to teach you in the same way that we teach our own family, like, let's just try, and like we share ideas and recipes and resources. And it's way easier to adopt these healthy habits when you have friends around you that actually share with you their tips and tricks. And that's what we do in our community. And so these are just a few of our resources. I'm not going to go into them, but basically there's cookbooks. There's the Start Strong Kids book, which is great because it's got coloring pages and nice little incentive seeds to plant with your children to, want to make those healthier choices. There's the Fitness Revolution cookbook. So again, connect with the person and ask them to gift you with one of our books. And then we've got the Beyond Macros. So again, as a personal trainer, I mentioned earlier, people would come in and, we'd do the assessment. I'd get the calipers out, which I always hated that because it felt very wrong. The goal was to sign, people into these large personal training packages, right? And so the thing is that it matters more, not about the macros, but about the micronutrition that you're eating. And so here's a really great study that talks about the impact of dried fruit and vegetable supplements and fiber-rich shakes, so that's a complete, on gut and health parameters in female healthcare workers. And what it showed, and this was a placebo-controlled double-blind randomized clinical trial, what this showed is that the fruit and vegetable powder supplement with high fiber, so the complete protein powder, the shakes, can alter the intestinal microbiota and improve glucose clearance, suggesting that this combination of supplements can improve glucose metabolism and possibly reduce the risk of insulin resistance. So, like, again, we need to start thinking more about the micronutrition, not the macro. Trust me, you're getting enough fats, protein, and carb. And you know what? You could, if you work with a trainer or a nutritionist, you can kind of dive. But like, I encourage people to switch more to like, what's the rainbow looking like on your plate every day? Because when we understand the impact of whole foods on our second brain, which is your belly, and how that directly impacts all systems of your body, you'll find that you'll actually have more progress when you start thinking in that term, as opposed to just, fats, proteins, and carbs. So plants are powerful. And when we know and understand, that, let's say that the red fruits and vegetables, the yellow fruits and vegetables, the green, the purple, each of these foods has been shown to have tens of thousands and tens of thousands of nutrients in each one. So like the raspberry, tens of thousands in raspberries. And then so it goes back to that synergy that I was talking about earlier, right? I mean, it's just incredible. We're still learning what's in our food. And this is why, you want to eat the rainbow every day. And hey, if you're not getting all the colors in, don't worry. But you know what? Set a goal to get as many as you possibly can. Because when you see that, like you can get vitamin K naturally and lutein, which is great for eye health, your folate, your vitamin C, your beta carotene, like these are in the foods that you're eating, right? So, and your body understands this best because it's food, it's designed, it's apple and the Eve and Adam and Eve and the apple, right? Okay, so your nutrition plan should check all the boxes here. So lower inflammation systemically, decrease oxidation and free radical damage, improve circulation, vascular capacity and metabolism, enhance muscle tissue repair and recovery, optimize gut health, balanced immune function, so fewer missed days of training, which is really great, or sick, right, for work or school, improve cognitive function, acute attention, focus, and executive function, so quick on the feet, being able to make good decisions quickly, and then enhance skin and gum health, and who doesn't want that? And I'll tell you, the gum health, I should probably talk a little bit more about that, because you know what, your gum health is a mirror of what's happening on the inside of your body. So important. Here's the plan. We fill the gap with Juice Plus functional plant powders, the omega oils, and shakes. Okay, so that's my nutritional seatbelt. Like literally, I get in my car, I put my seatbelt on every day. Every morning I wake up, I eat my Juice Plus because that's it right there. Then we focus on metabolic conditioning. And what this is, inspiring, teaching, motivating you to eat more plants at your breakfast, at your lunch, at your dinner, at your snacks. Okay, so you're going to learn things. And then, because we run this really great program called Revitalize 25. If you don't know about that, definitely connect with the person and ask them, like, tell me about this, because it's a wonderful little community. And this is where we teach, inspire, and coach you. And so the third part of this plan is we squeeze out the toxins, and those are like inflammatory foods, usually coffee, alcohol, processed foods. And so it just makes it so simple. So you don't really feel like you're missing out at all because it happens quite naturally. And again, when we look at the Juice Plus product line, it's all focused on eating more fruits and vegetables. So those are our capsules, our chewables, our shakes. We are getting ready to say goodbye to the bars. So they're off the table. And then on the bottom, if you're in the US, you have the Luminate. Oh my gosh, I had one this morning. It is the best. I had a busy morning and I was feeling a little foggy headed. So I drank one. I'm telling you, man, that's magic. I cannot wait till that comes to Canada. And then the Perform protein powder. Okay, so let's dive a little bit here. The Jetsons had it right years ago. I'm a 70s kid and I remember watching this show, but they ate, food in capsules all those years ago. And what we know about the Juice Plus plant powders is that they are tested for herbicides, insecticides, pesticides, fungicides, and they're additionally tested once they cross the border here in Canada. So we actually have, we just got extra testing on there because Health Canada, they're tough. Okay, and these are essentials. So, when you look at our product line, it is a very, very focused product line, but these are the essentials. Your red is your fruit, your green is your vegetables, your purple is your berries, and then the orange is the vegan omegas, which, oh my gosh, so not just great for eating, but applying on your skin. And then, of course, the chewables, they're delicious. I just can't even say, but they're made of the same powders as what's in the capsules. And here's what it is. Now, I remember years ago doing a presentation in a home, and there was a lady there. She had her son, and I asked him, so out of all these fruits and vegetables, come up and point to the ones that you eat. And he came up and he pointed to the apple. Just the apple. That was all he had eaten that day. And it was the evening, right? So it's so easy to have gaps in our diet and the everyday living because we get busy, all the reasons why, right? But when you look at Juice Plus as your nutritional seatbelt and you understand that the beets work with the grapes and the peaches and the acerola cherries and the black currants, and you're like, that's food synergy. So when people ask me, Jen, what is Juice Plus? I say that it is the synergy, the variety, and the consistency, so that no matter what your day looks like, you are covered. Like you are covered. And then the omegas, right? Our plant-based protein powder is delicious. I used to work in a gym in Toronto, massive juice bar. It was a great juice bar, but honestly, I used to try to drink back those shakes and they just tasted awful. I wasn't really a shake girl, to be honest with you, before Juice Plus, because I never could find one that I actually liked. This is not a gritty shake. It really tastes good, both the chocolate and or vanilla. And even the in the US, the Perform tastes really good as well, but it's essential, okay? And so hence the name Complete is not by accident. It is a complete protein powder because it has all 9 amino acids. So you can be, confident that, it's great as a pre-workout or post-workout or breakfast, or at the end of the day, maybe you're coming home late from work and you need a quick meal, good nutrition. Because I used to take these powders and I used to mix them with about 2 tablespoons of milk, throw some chocolate chips in there, pack it up for my kids' lunch, and they would take it to school and they thought they had a treat. And I was like, that was a total win. Total win, because you know what? It was better than any lunch I could have put in a lunchbox, with all kinds of stuff. Okay, so our omegas, I feel like I need to shine a light on this only because, again, they're vegan, very, very unique on the market. 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 are the oils that are in there. The sources are algae oil, sea buckthorn berry oil, pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil, safflower seed oil, and tomato seed oil. So you can, again, eat these. I love that there's no fishy burps on this. I also love that it's promoting sustainable oceans, because we actually grow our algae outside, so it's not even exposed to the micro plastics or the chemicals that are in the oceans, which is so great. And so there was something else I wanted to say about that. Oh yeah, so a lot of people think that omegas come from fish, but they don't. Omegas come from algae that the fish eat. So we have bypassed the middle fish, as we like to say. And again, as I mentioned earlier, I love applying the omegas to my skin on Saturday nights. It just, I feel like my skin just drinks it up. As a 53-year-old woman, it is like the best thing I could put. I can go to Shoppers Drug Mart or anywhere else and I can see all kinds of, creams and potions and lotions, but there's a lot of ingredients in those things. And I love that this is just an oil that my skin recognizes and just like literally drinks up. So a lot of people ask how Juice Plus is made. So these are, farmers who work, for the Juice Plus company. We've partnered with them for decades now, but these are family farmers and they care so much about the produce that they're growing. Like to them, it's their livelihood, it's their passion, it's their purpose. And so they care about growing high nutrition, good quality foods to go into these capsules. And then, of course, the food is harvested. It's flash frozen right on site. It's processed into basically this sludge that they pour over it's almost like an asphalt roller. I just want you to visualize how it's done. But of course, it's cool dried, so there's no heat applied to this. So the essence of the powders are kept. And then, of course, it's encapsulated and sent directly to the customer. So it's a very, very simple process. And I love it. This is what made me say yes to it 24 years ago, the research. So you can see here, it contributes to cardiovascular wellness, supports a healthy inflammatory response, supports quality of life, supports healthy cholesterol, LDL, and triglyceride metabolism, positively impacts gut microbiome and digestive health, supports healthy lung function, supports healthy skin and gums, supports the immune system, helps to maintain DNA, the blueprint of the fountain of youth, I like to say, reduces oxidative stress absorbed by the body, not like a vitamin, and it improves several key cognitive processes. So think mental health there, like brain function. And again, there you go. There's a clinical research kind of from 2 hours all the way to 10 years, what it's doing in your body. This is a really great slide. And I would encourage you to reach out to the person who shared this video with you and ask them if you can have that slide so you can go through and see what it's doing, because it's pretty phenomenal. But I think Dr. Du Bois summed it up best when he said, there is nothing available anywhere else in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what these capsules do in the human body. And I want you to know who this man is. So he has since passed, but he was with the Juice Plus company for many, many years. But he was a board certified internal medicine infectious disease specialist. Okay. So he was the former chief at Atlanta Medical Center. He completed the naval course in tropical medicine during his service in Vietnam, but he was also one of the very first doctors who worked with AIDS patients when it showed up on the scene. I think it was around 1980. Could that have been? I think. But just beautiful heart. But, to him, he was the guy to talk to about supporting immune systems, and Juice Plus is what he recommended. He was also voted the doctor that doctors would choose to be their doctor in time of crisis. Yeah. So, when your colleagues choose you to be the one to take care of them, that says a lot. And those, by the way, these are the studies done by universities around the world. If you want a copy of this or you want to dive into the research, please, again, connect with the person, because let me tell you, we got University of Toronto, MD Anderson University of Texas. We've got Nemours, which is a children's hospital, because Juice Plus has a study done on children's health. And then you look at, aging, because the $1 million question I always ask myself is, when I see the research and I look at the cancer patients or the diabetes study or all these, and I'm like, okay, if Juice Plus can do that for, a quote unquote sick body, what more can it do for a healthy body? And it makes sense that it would make it better. It would make it stronger, right? So age is not lost youth, my friends. As a 53-year-old woman, I'm telling you right now, it is just a new stage of opportunity and strength for you. And I want you to join me, because you know what? This is my goal. This is my goal. You know what? I want to delay this for as long as I possibly can. Okay? YOLO. One life, right? So the United States Performance Center chooses Juice Plus to fuel their athletes, which is a huge compliment, because these are Olympic athletes. Their standards are so high. These are athletes that have to have clean supplements in their body, or else they're disqualified. So this matters. And so for them to be the world's most innovative and collaborative human performance training entity to help transform healthcare for all, it's incredible, this center. If you've not checked it out, please go. They're just phenomenal what they're doing. And I have my eldest daughter's a track athlete, so I get excited when I see that kind of thing happening, that kind of support for athletes happening. So you too can gain the advantage, the competitive advantage needing for thriving and resilience and cellular conditioning simply by eating more plants. And that's so easy to say. So I want you to know that Juice Plus is a really great solution. And so a lot of people talk about overtraining. I like to just address this, and it's really not about overtraining so much as it is about under recovery. So it's an imbalance between training, stress, and recovery. And if you think about the 4 recovery strategies, so sleep, stress management, recovery practices, so like your stretching, foam rolling, things like that, and then recovery workouts, right? So active recovery workouts. So again, we, I think, tend to complicate things in our world when it's really, really super simple. So I invite you to experience plants for your performance, whatever your day looks like, right? Whether, remember, you go back to that second slide, I think it was, are you the expected mom, the young mom, the active grandparent, and what's your priority? Disease prevention, optimal performance, cellular protection. We all have something that we're really focusing on with our health. And if you don't, you should. So I want to invite you to maximize your efforts in your own health journey and begin your one simple change journey with the help of a full spectrum micronutrition from plants like Juice Plus, and include those omega oils, which is amazing for brain, heart health, and all that. And I just want to thank you so much for being here tonight. Together, we really do, want to create a legacy of prevention and performance, because we understand that the impact of making health a priority matters so very much in how we live and get to enjoy life, making memories. So blessings to you all. Please do not forget to connect back with the person who invited you to have the conversation about what one simple change can look like for you. Take care. Ciao.